Okay, so everything on this one is coming from the Deckard's Dream, going into Rachel, and Rachel is the ring modulator that they left out of Deckard's Dream. It's the ring modulator from the CS80. So the Deckard Dream is, a clone of the CS80, but they left out the ring modulator, and then they came back and they made it, but it's a Euro rack style. So I had to go through a little bit of jump through a few hoops to make it. I'm trying to get the full CS80 experience. So I have the Deckard Dream. I have my Osmos keyboard and it's in polyphonic aftertouch mode, and the MIDI is coming out of that, a DIN MIDI cable into the Deckard's Dream, and then I have the through MIDI out coming in here to this MIDI interface that'll help me get into the Eurorack format, because all I need is this gate. I just need a gate coming out of here into Rachel, and then of course the audio from the Deckard's Dream is coming out of the back of the Deckard's Dream and going into this mini audio input here. So basically every time I hit a note, it opens the gate and it tells Rachel to become active. And the way this ring modulator works is basically you have an oscillator inside here, and it's going to apply modulation to the audio signal coming in. So that can go all the way up to audio rate, and you can get these kind of metallic sounds, almost like FM synthesis. But the cool thing is, I have it on a slow setting, so it's more like a tremolo sound right now. And the cool thing about this ring modulator is it has an envelope. So what happens is when it gets the gate, it's going to slowly ramp up the speed from, for this, however I set this attack. So I have the attack really long, so it's going to take a long time to get up to speed. And then the decay is really long, so it's going to take a long time to slow down. So, for example, let me turn the portamento down here. That's the last thing that I did on that. So it has that slow. So if I made this short here, so it's slowing down on the decay there. So if I come down on the decay, it's just going to stay now, this one speed. If I make these long, and I think what's happening is it's catching, because I have in the Deckard's Dream, let me explain the patch here. It's mostly coming from this upper bank. So there's two oscillators in the CS80 / Deckard's Dream. So I have this first oscillator up here on a saw wave, and then the second on a square wave. But if you see here in the mix, you can mix the top and the bottom oscillators, and it's mostly from oscillator 1. So if I just bump it all the way up, and then if you see here that oscillator 2 is, the oscillator 1 is as low as it goes, and oscillator 2 is many octaves above it at 2 feet. And so that's what's creating this kind of whistling sound that ends up sounding like a church organ, I think. So those are the same two pitches that I just played on oscillator 1. And it's just adding this kind of glowing whistle at the top. And I just have it really quietly mixed in there. and then on oscillator 1, I have a little bit of noise because I noticed that the ring modulator just loves noise. Like when you have a little bit of noise in there, it really, it really spices up. You can hear the ring modulator much better. When it's slowing down, you hear that shh. Of course, it's a little much, but I had it somewhere around there. So yeah, it's just a saw wave up here, and I have it high pass, filtered kind of halfway with a lot of resonance on that high pass filter. I've got nothing on the low pass filter. I've got a kind of normal, not the filter is a slow, I would say moderate attack level, and then a long delay and a moderate release. But you'll see here in the whistle sound, it's a very long attack. So that whistle sound kind of develops more slowly, as this one is going to hit first, and then this is going to come in slowly. And I have the long attack here on this is the VSA, the amplitude, voltage controlled amplitude envelope up here, and the filter envelope here, and a longer decay up here and a shorter decay here. They're both sustain all the way up. Releases are around the same amount. And then I also have aftertouch on the filter of the first oscillator. So as I press further down the key on the Osmos, I'm going to open up the filter more and more. So that's going to actually be on the low pass filter. So you can hear, like, if I start real quiet, and then as I press down, that aftertouch, you're hearing the filter open a little bit. Just getting this kind of more of the sine wave bass frequency, and then more of the upper harmonics of that sawtooth. And let's see, anything else? Oh yeah, at the very end, I just put the portamento speed all the way up, so I got that crazy, sweeping down like across the whole chord because it's polyphonic. The CS80 and the Deckard Stream, of course. So you're going to hear all those different voices independently sweep down. For the harmony, I was going for kind of a heroic sound, but also the sound of comfort and perhaps friendship. And so it's in C major, and it starts with a big old C chord. And then I go up to the major 2 chord. And that major 2 chord is just going to give you like a real positive sound. And then to the F, which is the 4 chord. And I'm just mostly arpeggiating these chords in the melody. And then I come down to the minor 3. And that chord change, the 4 to the major 4 chord to the minor 3, that's really the sound of home, like kind of a comforting home and affection. Like it's kind of this platonic love or affection sound. It's a real kind of peaceful, caring sound. It's kind of giving somebody a hug, patting them on the back. So that's the kind of the chords that I use. And, so just arpeggiating C here, establishing the key. Could way to start a theme. And then there's a bit of a passing note here, and I have the chord degree 2 here over the major 2 chord. So it's like a add 2, like a D major add 2. But then it comes down. It's like an appoggiatura down to the D. And then the second time, let's see, I go here. No, I think I'll go up here. Let me see if I play this. So I'm kind of climbing up the second time through. Same chords, just the melody is arpeggiating different notes here. I'm on the A of this D chord, and then up to the F of the F chord. Arpeggiating to the third of that chord, down to the 1 of the minor 3 chord. And then for the B section, I added, you know, a little more fantasy and mystery sounds, like otherworldliness, but still keeping everything positive. So I went to the flat 6. Let's see. It's got a bit of a sad flavor there, because now I'm in the relative minor, especially in the melody. And then I go to the flat 2, D flat. To the major 7 chord, B major. And that B major, the major 7 chord is very kind of loving, pretty sound. And then I go to this 5 chord that's like a sus 5. And I'm not putting the leading tone. I'm keeping it on the 4 of that chord. And then back to the main theme. But just to hear that bridge section again. So you have this kind of otherworldly flat 6 chord. I'm putting a little bit of a sharp 11 on it here, or a sharp 4. And walking down the C minor scale is going to give it a bit of, I don't know, wistfulness or something, like we're saying goodbye. And then this D flat this flat 2 chord is gonna sound pretty positive and heroic again. Let's see, what was it here? And then this really pretty and kind of loving and tender major 7 chord. So we've left our home key, right? We have a lot of sharps now. So there's also this kind of feeling of shifting and complexity. And then all those voices just very smoothly lead down to, which is an F chord over G, which is like the sus 5 chord. And then back to the beginning. Same, just repeat. I'm just waiting for these ring modulator envelopes to have their full expression. And then I go up an octave here. this, the tonic, but I put it over a 5 chord. And then that's like a sus 5 chord, and then I bring that down to the leading tone. And then turn the portamento on and come down to the 1 chord.